Taylor Hersom, CEO of a company called Eden Data. So we are a cybersecurity firm geared towards startups specifically. We typically serve as the outsourced security team for startups. We've got customers in 5 countries, mostly in the US, and we help them with anything from cybersecurity to compliance to data privacy.
What was it about Shift that you realized that you needed?
I'd be interested to hear other Shift customers' perspectives, but in our particular case, we get access to all of these different client environments. And unfortunately, it's just havoc in terms of managing the most of our clients, because we're in the startup community. Google is the love child in the startup community. So we have Google Drive for everybody, Google or Gmail for everybody, and then of course a calendar. So Shift allowed us to be able to manage those environments in one central place. And I frankly don't know of anyone that can compete with that. I actually am now officially on the scroll because I have too many accounts.
Right.
But yeah. I'm definitely using it to the full ability. I frankly, for the applications that we use, they all seem to have the functionality already of having multi-tenant like Slack and Asana. So I haven't set up apps on here, although I know about that functionality and I think it's really cool that y'all do that. But far and above, I use the crap out of this for the Google email, for email, calendar, and Drive. And then also another added benefit for us is the unique browser function. So I am able to do research on my various clients that is particular to the context of that environment and to that project, and it all stays self-contained.
What would you say is the biggest benefit that you've experienced since you started using Shift?
I would say that it's absolutely a game changer for that functionality that I referred to originally of being able to jump between environments. We because we're a cybersecurity company, we're doing many different things at any given time for many different customers. And so being able to have that context and jump around and then be able to access that proprietary information in these different environments, it's a big time saver. That's for sure. But it also helps us to keep things extremely organized from it's brand building for us because we look organized and we can, I guess basically we're performing at a higher level because of it. I think that the first piece of advice I would give is absolutely start with your primary account and learn the functionality of Shift, because there is inherently a learning curve with any tool. And so being able to optimize the functionality that y'all have, I feel like the first time I used it, I didn't do that. And so I wasn't using most of the features that Shift offered. And even now when I luckily can use it for like, it meets all of my requirements and I know Shift really well now, but even now I still don't feel like I'm always leveraging all the best features that y'all have, such as your workspace feature and your application feature. So that'd be the first bit of advice I would give. And then secondly, I would say that making sure that you have SOPs that you design for the context of your environment, not SOPs or training videos designed by Shift necessarily. Those were helpful, but the cool thing about Shift is it's customizable and we all use it in different ways. So when I onboard people at Eden Data, I have a whole training video of this is how you use it and this is how we save so much time in our exact context. I would highly, highly recommend investing in just getting some Loom videos set up and training people with that context. Mm-hmm. And then I think that finally, like, embrace Shift and go all in the sense that don't keep the apps on your computer and then try to still use your old ways of doing things and then try to use Shift sometimes. Like I would enforce it for your employees across the board because of the time savings. I can attest to that. I think most people are disorganized by nature. And so they're also creatures of habit and will stick to their old ways of doing things, even if it takes 12 times longer. And so I came in and I very much cracked a whip of saying, no, Shift has been the best thing we've been able to find. Use it. You have to use it. Don't download other apps, like do everything in Shift. And so I really highly encourage people to do that.